Hey YouTube, how's it going? I'm back, and I wanted to do another 6 scale action figure review today. This time we're going to have a look at ACI's Oda Nobunaga, and this figure is not a historically accurate Oda Nobunaga. It is based on, I'm going to murder this guy's name, but Suehara Hiroyuki's art that was employed for all of the Koei games that he appeared in. So Samurai Warriors, Nobunaga's Revenge. That's what this is a figure of here. So in no way is it a historically accurate representation, nor is it trying to be, much like the pieces that come from Coup Model. And I know that there are a couple of reviews on YouTube already for this particular figure. However, when I was thinking about getting it, I didn't see any reviews for it in English. So I figured I would help out some collectors possibly and give you my thoughts on the figure in English, because that is the language that I speak. So without further ado, this is the ACI Deluxe version. I guess there was some stuff going on when I was reading back in Sideshow Freaks forums about how long it took this guy to get released. I guess he was on pre-order since 2017, so it took some people 3 years to get this guy in hand, which is just insane. That's crazy. I don't know what's going on with ACI, if they're still a company or what, but I have this figure in hand now, and I'm happy about that. They do have a Takeda Shingen, which is still up for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store, but I don't know if that's ever going to come out through them or not, because some people in the Sideshow Freaks forums already have that figure. But I'm not talking about that figure today. I'm talking about this figure. So let's get started. Starting off from the top, that head sculpt, while not a historically accurate head sculpt for a character based on a video game, it does look very nice and really not too fantastical or out of place with my more historically realistic samurai figures from Coup Model. His hair's done up in that real tight top knot up there. And let's go down his outfit really quick. He is wearing the vest. I forget what those are called. That comes with the deluxe version only. Go all the way down there. Nice. There's lots of Oda clan symbology all over the outfit, which is that floral pattern right there. And it's even, if you can see it, there we go, all over the outfit in the vest and the undersuit right there. This similar floral pattern woven throughout. Now here's what I really like about this figure from a historical perspective. It is said that Oda Nobunaga was an aficionado of Western culture, and he would in fact sometimes wear European clothing or pieces of European armor, and that really shows with this figure because the shoulder pads up there and the breastplate especially are not historical Japanese design. That's European, and I know that because I'm a fan of armors and history in general, and this is definitely European design. Similar to Coup Model just made the black cattails version of Oda Nobunaga's armor, which I think is more historically accurate to what he wore, and that is using a European style breastplate, and they also have the European style feet. However, the way that this is combined with pieces of Japanese armor, like the armored skirt there, or the forearms back there. Makes a really unique blend of an armor, and just it looks really quite good and quite fantastical, which I think for a figure to be eye-catching on display, this guy really does get it right. Now, I'm going to try to do this on camera. And now that you've seen him with that vest on, we're going to take this off. This is how I'm going to have him on display, because I really do like that vest. But for showing off the figure, it might just be easier if I don't worry about having that on for the time being. And then it'll make it easier to talk about articulation as well. So let's slip that off. There we go. It's off. Here is ACI's Oda Nobunaga. So I wove that little, I don't think that's a wakizashi actually, but he has that little knife, tanto? I think it's a tanto. And I wove that through his belt, as well as the katana. I believe this is meant to be a katana and not a tachi, so I mounted it like a katana. And that all looks well and good. It's quite a nice looking figure to have on display with or without that vest on. The armor up here is held on by these leather straps only, which allows you to rotate them around, get them into certain poses. As well, the forearm armor is held on by just these little cloth ties here, which might make them a pain in the butt if they decide to slip out, so I might just have to tighten that myself later on, but oh well. There he is. Get a good look. And let's talk about accessories real quick. As you already saw, the deluxe version comes with that alternate outfit piece, but the regular one does come with this straight up Dracula looking cloak, which I know in a lot of Suehara Hiroyuki's art, he is wearing this cloak. I don't know if that's Nobunaga's Revenge or Samurai Warriors or Nobunaga's, what is it, Ambition, or Samurai Warriors or what, but that's easy enough to put on. I would just do up this strapping right there, to tighten things up, give you a quick look. Maybe you can visualize how that would look all done up on the figure. It's a cool cloak. I prefer the Samurai General vest personally, so that's how I'm going to have him. But that cloak comes with the regular release, so regardless of which version of the figure you get, you will be getting that cloak. Now on to the boring stuff. We've got hands, left, splayed out, sort of relaxed hand. That is what it is. Same thing here on the right. A left and a right. Whoa! Camera flopping around like crazy. A left and a right gripping hand, which is interesting because I already have a gripping hand on the figure. So I wonder if those two are different in any way. And I'll tell you right now, because I like to modify my figures to get them just exactly how I want it to be. So the last hand is a trigger hand, standard stuff for use with his gun. Here's the thing about most 6-scale figures, especially ones that come with guns. A lot of the times you get this loose trigger finger here, and that's fine. But if I want to get a nice tight firing grip on the hand, I might take one of these extra gripping hands that I have, and I'll probably go in with a razor blade and cut just that pointer finger loose. And then I'll have a hand that I can use for a nice tight grip on the sword. as well as a nice tight firing grip if I decide to change up how I have him on display. So anyways, here is his last accessory, the gun. I don't know if this is a Tanegashima or what. It looks really nice, and they're very, very tiny. See if I can zero in on some of that detail. But that Nobunaga family crest, I know they're not called a family crest in Japan, but I forgot the Japanese word for it, so it's going to call it like I see it. That emblem is present on the gun as well. Lots of fine detail. Little dragon for the firing hammer. Little trigger. Little piece of string for the match, because this is a match lock. That's a cool accessory. Very cool accessory. There we go. Get myself all situated again. And that about does it for the figure. We'll take a look at this real quick. I hope I can get it back in there easily. There's a small, kind of a splatter detail going up the sheath here. And a similar sort of just yellow splatter detail on the handle. There's the Tonto. Looks nice. Take that out and swoop it through that belt again if I can. There, that was easy. Lucky me. His katana, or tachi, but I'm thinking it's supposed to be a katana. Nice gold textured pattern down there. Handle, pretty standard stuff, all molded plastic, but a nice die-cast blade. So that'll look good with him. So I'm going to keep him right like that. I'll slide that back into the sword belt later. The last accessory that he comes with is a massive banner, which is a really cool accessory. I'm going to see if I can fit it into my light box real quick. You might think me something of a 6-scale barbarian, but this didn't even fit. Now it doesn't fit into the light box, so I'm going to just angle it to get it in there. Huge banner. Goes up all the way. This didn't even fit into my display case originally, standing straight up. And here's the bottom piece to hold it in there. So you just kind of slide the banner through there. Ta-da. This didn't even fit into my display case when I originally had it opened up. So I just snipped the bottom of it. It's all made out of plastic, so it would fit in there. And it does really add quite a bit to the display that you have this figure in. Oda Nobunaga's war banner. So yeah, overall it's a pretty cool figure. I think it runs a bit more expensive than your standard 6-scale offering. I think it's about $270 or so for the deluxe version. I think that's what I was seeing. It's a cool piece. So whether or not that's worth it to you depends on your love for the source material. Maybe you're a big fan of the Koei games that Nobunaga is a part of, or perhaps you really like Suehara Hiroyuki's artwork. That's up to you. Or maybe, like me, you just been playing a lot of Ghost of Tsushima and thought, geez, I need some more 6-scale samurai in the collection, because that's what sort of got me going on this kick. Usually I'm a big fan of history, but mostly Western European history. But Ghost of Tsushima has me on quite the kick for more Eastern histories, specifically Japanese. So I'm going to piece this guy together again, probably get that vest back on there, and put him back into my display case. However, I hope that this review has been helpful for those of you who are on the fence about getting this figure, or perhaps you were just curious to watch a review of it in English. That concludes just about everything I got to say about it, but per usual, if you have any questions or comments about the figure, feel free to let me know, and I'd love to talk about it with you in the comments, or if needs be, I'll even make another video review clarifying some things. But until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and keep on collecting. Bye-bye.